my biggest accomplishment at a very young age was graduating from West Point. After I left the military and came to Wall Street, I was one of three African Americans that kind of integrated the public finance department of Smith Barney, Harris Upham at the time, which is now, I think, Citibank, Citigroup. But the biggest accomplishment is the fact that I was able to convince the Association of Graduates of West Point to start a diversity conference. The diversity conference provided an opportunity to bring all of these cadets or former graduates of the academy together and share experiences. What we found, and the reason that it made sense to do this was because a lot of the graduates of the military academy had gone to a lot of great graduate schools, the Harvards, the Stanfords, the Penns, Yale, and had become very, very active in that alumni world, but were not active in money activities with West Point. And it turned out that it was because most cadets didn't really feel like their experience at West Point was something that was that positive, because you come into an environment where you're challenged from every direction. But being a minority, particularly an African American at West Point, was a difficult experience. So what we found was that no one really enjoys being at West Point. But after you graduate and after the years pass, you tend to remember more of the positive aspects than the negative aspects. And we felt, or I felt, that the Academy was missing out on an opportunity to bring back all these experienced graduates to share their experiences of how they were successful away from the military or even in the military, and provide an opportunity to show these new cadets or current cadets what life could be like 5, 10, 20 years after they graduated, whether they stayed in the military or not. What we found was that once you got basically an apparatus to allow these cadets or these former or the alum from West Point to come in and talk about their stories, provide a vehicle for them to give back to the Academy, that it was kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. We found that there were all of a sudden a bunch of cadets or former graduates of the Academy coming back, donating funds to the alumni organization, which was the West Point Association of Graduates, at levels that they'd never done before. We were able to put together an effort to make diversity a center point of the Academy's mission.